Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah HaKodash. Double honors to the elder apostles as well as the elder bishops who labored to teach us this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth, sincerity, and indeed. I'm your brother Patazar from the Great Millstone Chicago branch, coming at you with another real quick, Lord willing, edifying lesson. And we're just going to hop into this footage. This is actually old. I remember this interview with this Edomite. I want to say it was maybe like around 10 years ago when this footage first, when I came across this footage, and, the spirit has brung it back around to World Star, through the spirit, because there's a lot of things happening out there in the heavens, and there's getting ready to be a lot more things happening and appearing upon earth. Now, whether it's Project Blue Beam or whatever the hell this devil might got up his sleeve, it doesn't matter, because either way, Yahweh Shai and the heavenly host, the heavenly armada, is going to be making a grand return to the earth. And it's not going to be pretty, okay? In fact, it's going to be quite terrifying for most. And hell, even the elect is going to be in awe and in some form of terror, okay? As Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai unleashes the plagues of Egypt as before, okay? So we're getting ready to see a whole lot of shit, a whole lot of bugged out events are about to occur. So it's only right through the spirit that we touch on these real quick. But without further ado, I'm going to let this man talk.
Picture that there is one image there that shows black people getting off.
So people with dark skin getting off.
Not dark, black.
Black skin.
Really black. Yeah.
Were they tall?
Yes.
Very tall?
Yeah.
How tall? Do you know?
Well, they got out the doorway. I don't know how high that is, but
Well, what?
they say 7 feet would be probably a conservative estimate.
Huge cigar-shaped ship appeared over the Air Force base. These cigar-shaped ships were over a mile in length. One of them landed on the airport landing strip area. The back of this craft opened up, and several hundred young men with huge, heavy weapons came out of two sides of the ship and formed a protection line around the ship. And the people at that Air Force base, the commander, had a meeting with the individuals that were aboard this ship. And this particular race that landed those ships and that are seen in these huge cigar-shaped ships, they are a black race. They look like African Americans. They were about 6'4", 6'5", huge weapons. And if you've ever seen a race of people that were conquerors, that had never been conquered, they've got this look about them of arrogance. That is exactly what these extraterrestrials had, and they informed these people at this American Air Force base that not only were they from a militaristic society, but they had control a large portion of the galaxy.
Now, that last story, I'm not really quite sure how credible that is, because I will say this. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and the heavenly host, they are dark-skinned, melanated men. Okay? And I'm going to say this. The scriptures tell us that when Michael and his angels come, it ain't going to be no talking. It really ain't going to be shit to talk about. It's just straight belt to ass. And these devils know this. These devils know. They have that. That's why they're so afraid of Jake, okay, here in America. That's why I forget the president. He said the biggest threat to American society is so-called Negro unity. Which is why they sought out many inventions to completely destroy the so-called black family, which goes hand in hand with the curses that would fall upon us in the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, further proving that we are those people. Okay. But nonetheless, there's this innate fear within these devils that the day would come where they would be forced, okay, where they would feel all the shit that they did to us. And deservedly so. They are right about that. All right, you devils, you're about to drink that cup. All right. Matter of fact, all right, it's written. What's that? Thessalonians? 2 Thessalonians 1:6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. See? So all the shit that you did to us, it's a righteous thing with the Most High that you be recompensed for that. And your days are coming, man. You know, that's why scriptures say he's going to come down with great wrath, because he knows he has but a short time. Okay? Because you about to feel it, Esau. Okay? But one thing is for sure, the heavenly host, they do make themselves known whenever they feel like it. You know, whenever the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai gives them the green light to make themselves seen and known, they do it. And it's scaring the shit out of y'all. You got all these high-tech, high-powered telescopes, satellites, getting all this imagery. If you think for 1 second that they're going to showcase to the world, all right, so-called black men out in the heavens driving these vehicles, okay, that are moving at the speed of light, that are defying the laws of physics, if you really think they're going to make that information well known and showcase that to the world, you got another thing coming. Okay? You got another thing coming. But Esau, it doesn't matter how much you try to hide it, man. The scriptures have already told us what it is. All right? I'm going to go back. All right? Because you devils, you're going to try to fight the Lord, man. I'm going to just keep it short and sweet, because there's a host of other scriptures I could bring out. But for the sake of time, we just going to keep it short and sweet. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 7. It says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. All right. Who is the dragon? Esau, Edom, all the conglomerate of the Edomite nations. Okay. That represents the dragon. Okay. NATO. You know, just the conglomerate of Edomites that are in league with America, right? That's that dragon. America being the whore that rides upon the beast, right? But it says, verse 8, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. So again, Michael, the archangel, and the heavenly host is going to fight against you Edomites, your space forces, all right? All of your militaries. All right, Yahweh Shai is going to be in the mix as well. And you're not going to prevail. Okay? And like I said, neither was their place found any more in heaven, right? So hey, you're no longer, all of your artillery, your fighter jets and shit like that you got cooked up, that you're going to use to fight against the Lord. Hey, every single one of them is going to be destroyed. Okay? Esau, you're not going to go into the heavens anymore. All right. After the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and the heavenly host put that belt to ass, you will no longer have any war machine nor any type of militaristic vehicles to fight with. It's just going to be completely over with, man. You're going to be completely ransacked. All right. And it ain't shit you're going to be able to do, man. All right. It says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. Yeah, Esau, ain't that what you've done? You've deceived the whole world, and your greatest grand deception is being cooked up right now with this MOTB, okay, in which you're going to use to deceive the world in the taking, right? It says he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Yeah, so all your military might, all right, all that shit you got cooked up that you think you're going to be able to use to fight against the Lord and prevail, all of that is just going to come crashing down, and it's going to be done away with, completely destroyed, man. All right. And there's nothing you can do about it, man. And your destruction goes hand in hand with our salvation. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse, I'll start at 1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. And that's going on right now. This is getting ready to happen in about an hour from now. It's happening right now all around the world. The men of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai are standing in great boldness, all right, upon the streets of America, proclaiming your downfall according to biblical prophecy, and proclaiming the salvation of the elect according to biblical prophecy, right? Verse 2, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, right? So even before they see the chariots, all right, the so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of Israel, before they see that, what did they see that put them in great fear? The men of the Lord out there prophesying his end and prophesying the strange salvation. That's what put these devils in fear. Okay, that's what these devils are most afraid of. The prophets have reawoken. It says, verse 2, I'll read it again. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for, right? So when these ships, when they come back into play in full force, it's going to be a strange salvation, man. All right. It's going to be a horrifying destruction coupled with a very strange salvation, because what you're going to be seeing the elect beamed up into these vehicles, man. All right. As nuclear missiles are being shot off and burning America up, the elect are going to be saved from that second death, man. All right. That's the end game. And you're not going to find this information in no other book. It's not in the Quran. It's not in the fucking Book of the Dead. All right. It's not in any of these corrupt religions that preach lies and dogma. It's only in the truth of the scriptures, which is in the Holy Bible. And it has to be brought out by what? True prophets. Okay. Starting with the elder apostles of the great millstone on down, man. All right. So that is our message. That is the prophecy. And that is going to come to pass. And these devils are scared as shit. So be it, so be it. So with that, hope this was edifying. All praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash, Shalom, and Baba Ball.